so I'll put a timer on. What does it say? 3 to 4 hours. Siri, can you set an alarm for 1 p.m. please? So I'm going to pop those outside because I'm giving my seeds a bit of a fresh air. Some of them are doing really well and some of them not so well. That was my autumn seeds. Now I'm not quite sure what to do with the rest of this stuff that's in the bag. I think I'm going to save it. If you know, pop it in the comments. That would be absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this cardboard in here. Because, oh no, there's actually another peony. Oh. So it's beautiful today in the Highlands. It's supposed to be 8 degrees today, 11 degrees tomorrow. I'm hobbling around because I actually broke my toe in the gym on Tuesday or Wednesday. I dropped a barbell on it. But I'm not one for sitting around. I've rested it, been rested all night. I heal pretty quickly. So during the video you might see me hobbling, but I've got it strapped up. I'm really excited to see how these come out. So this is, we're calling this Acorna. I planted these last week. We went to our local garden centre, and I've got a Japanese maple, and then I've got some acers which I've planted, and then I'm going to do the clump of peonies, and then I bought this lovely prunus yesterday. Show you the label. So what I'm going to do, you can't see really, but right up in the corner I'm going to be planting that, so I'm just going to soak that root ball. I got these lovely trugs from our local, they're actually for horse feed, but they are amazing for gardening. So very carefully, I actually went in, and all you expert gardeners out there who might be thinking, Vicky, I actually went in for some Helleborus, but they were sold out. I think it's end of season, but I saw somebody on Instagram and I was like, oh, I'd love those. And then I found this prunus plant. So I'm self-taught gardener. My Auntie Joyce, God rest her soul, was a fantastic gardener, and I channel her energy when I'm in the garden. She was my favourite auntie, and I know that she's looking down on me every time. This is now Sunday, If you're still watching, thank you very much. So today, no, it's not Sunday, it's Saturday. Crazy. So today I've decided to put my practice in for my basket weaving, which is a very, very new skill for me. It's a new craft. I don't know if any of you, like me, are multi-crafted. I just love it. I got into basket weaving at the back end of last year. I went on a course with Malcolm from Cat's Back Baskets. And through that, I met the lovely Hannah from Willow and Gorse. And she literally lives down the road from me, which is amazing. And I went on a course 2 weeks ago to learn how to make this beautiful berry basket. And this is what I'm making at the moment. I'm completely new to this and I'm trying to improve every time. I'm looking at this, and at the bottom I can see a bit of a flaw, but I'm trying not to concentrate on that. So yeah, we've so this is like I say, a new craft. I knit, I spin, I weave, I make quilts. That was my last video, and on my YouTube channel. And thank you so much to everybody that watched. I can't actually believe how many views I got on that. And then it's been ages since I did one, because I run my own business. I'll put the link down below if you're interested. And this is where I am at the moment, in my studio. And yeah, life just got in the way. So I'm hoping, I've done this vlog for this weekend that we've spent, and I'm hoping to do regular ones. So yeah, it's the 7th of March today, and it's just been a lovely weekend. We've been in the garden. I had lots to do in my potting shed, and as you might have seen, that my husband made me some cold frames up, because I've got a shelf in my potting shed, but I need a place to put some other seeds. I'm a completely newbie gardener as well. Might just be repeating myself, what I've said in previous clips, but this is definitely just for me to share what I'm doing up in the Highlands of Scotland, living with my own little Highlander. And we've been here, we would have been in the house 3 years this August. So we've been in the house 2.5 years, but we've been up here 3.5 while we're having the house built. I absolutely love it up here. Excuse me, let me just get some tissue. And it's just a completely different lifestyle to what I had when I was living in West Sussex. And I just absolutely love it. I work Monday to Thursday here in my studio. I hand dye yarn and linen. And I sell that in my online shop. I'll put the links below if you're interested at all. But this vlog is mainly about my lifestyle and my life. Oh, that hurt. My life up here and what I get up to. And yeah, this, I have to admit, when I first started this today, and the bottom was not going to plan, because with basket weaving, and any of you out there who do it will understand. It's not something that you can wake up in the morning and say, oh, I think I'm going to make a basket. You have to really plan. So this willow has been soaking for 5 days. You have to soak it for a foot a day for every foot. So if it's 4 foot, you soak it for 4 days. But because it's been bitterly cold up here, I've sort of leave it in for a week. And then they say, oh, if you leave it too long, it can go slimy, and you're just like with any craft, there's so much to learn. So I had to buy something to soak my willow, and you'd have seen that earlier on in the video. It's just a feeding trough for cattle. And unfortunately yesterday found a dead mouse in it. He really looked like the mouse out of the Gruffalo. So what I do is, as you would have seen, is I put the willow in and then I put trays on, and he obviously had dashed across it and then fell in, bless him, or her. My husband's removed it from me. I didn't scream actually, which is a surprise, but we live in the countryside, so I know there's mice in our compost heap. So anyway, I digress. So you have to soak it for about 5, I soak mine for a week. And I've had some disasters where the other week I set aside 2 days to do some basket weaving, and poor Hannah, I was messaging her and the willow just wasn't ready. But I've since learnt that you get thin, medium and thick willow. So that was what the problem was with that. I was using too thick willow. I've got some beautiful willow which we got from a Scottish producer, Scottish grower, in Argyll. Hannah asked me if I wanted some, and it's really lovely. And I'm not going to use it until I've improved a bit. So I'm using some willow that I bought once I went on my course. I don't know what you're like, but for me, it's like, right, I need all the gear and I don't have any idea. And it wasn't great quality. My children bought me 2 kits for Mother's Day and birthdays, which was lovely. So I'm practicing using that. And I have to admit, it's okay. Oh, another smack in my face. I don't know if this is looking a little bit wonky. I have to keep adjusting it. I find repetitive tasks, working with my hands, they're calling it grandma hobbies, and it just really, really annoys me because it's not just I'm a gamma, a grandmother to 2 beautiful grandchildren, and I've been doing hobbies, crochet, knitting since I was 8. I did pottery, which is another thing that I want to, when I eventually retire, I want to have a kiln in here to do pottery, have a wheel. And somebody just needs to give me extra hours. But because it's now spring and the clocks are going to spring forward, I'm going to have a lot more daylight time, because in in the winter, sorry, in the summer up here, I've put a video on. We can have a day where we have it's just all sunlight. You know, we're on the Easter Ross Peninsula, but when it's winter, the days are very short, and I don't get to spend enough time in my craft room, or my studio as I call it. So I'll have more time now. It's the spring, summer. I'm always a bit worried doing this stage because I'm scared I'm going to be damaging the willow. But one thing I am pleased about is looking at this one compared to my one I made with Hannah, is I've got, these are more evenly spaced. So yeah, so I'm just going to finish this off. With willow, you have the tip, which is the thinner bit, and then the butt, which is the thicker bit. And when you're weaving, you have to end your basket each stage on the tip. So I think I'm going to carry on until I've used all the tips up. I'm going to go and grab myself a cup of tea, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into my new craft. And thank you very much for joining me this week. Thank you very much for joining me for this video, and I hope to put more content out soon. Let me know what you'd like to see, whether you'd like to see a few more quilts or my knitting. One craft that has been put to the wayside is my cross stitch. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you want to have a look at. And I'm going to carry on doing this. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.